Hi, everyone. If you just joined us, don't forget to press on the notification button as well as subscribe to our show. Right now, it's Peter Davis on the RSS with HD. Hi, you're watching the RSS with HD with myself, Rashid Salleh and Haresh Deol. As usual, we've got a very interesting guest. But before that, we'd just like to say thank you to Amnig for being our apparel sponsor. I've decided to wear my Masma one today.
Yeah, I've noticed that. Yeah.
You're gonna
I'm still waiting for mine. I'm still waiting for mine.
You have to tell me what color you want, so then we'll figure it out. Because
definitely not pink.
Okay, I'll get you a pink one then. Right. Anyway, let's get on with it. We've got a really interesting guest. I mean, I can't call him a guest because he's a really good friend of mine. But we're going to get him on, and I'm going to let you grill him. So let's welcome him onto the show. You should know who it is, because if you haven't read the bottom bar, then you really are blind. Right. So let's welcome Peter Davis onto the RSS HD. Thanks, Peter, for coming in and being our guest this time around. Obviously, guys, people should have known who you are. Who our guest is today. Anyway, I'm going to get off the stream because I'm going to let Haresh grill you for a while, and then I'll come in now and again. All right. So good luck.
Thank you.
He keeps using the word grill. Hi, Peter.
Yeah. How you doing, Haresh? You good?
Fine, thank you. The last we met was actually last year, November, during the Fight for Change.
Having a fight.
Yes,
you were a bit busy.
Yes, I was busy. Not getting too badly hurt. But anyway, thank you for attending the fight. And most importantly, thank you for being on the show today. So let's dive into the questions. I don't want to take up too much of your time.
Sure.
Everyone's speaking about the recovery movement control order, whereby we are getting back into some form of back to our normal lives in some way or the other, with the exception of sanitizers and hand masks. But it's with that partial lockdown kind of lifted, and people can go out and train again. How liberating has it been for you personally?
Well, actually, one of the first things I did was get out and go cycling. I snuck in a couple of nighttime jogs when there were no other people around in my sort of apartment area towards the end of the MCO. So I was already really looking forward to getting out and about and doing some cycling. So it's been liberating because I've been allowed to go out, so you don't have the heat on your back. Thinking if somebody's watchful eye is gonna give somebody a call. And also, after a while into the RMCO, it became apparent that the COVID situation is pretty under control over here in Malaysia. So I didn't rush out to begin with and continue going out every single day. I still tried my best to stay at home and self sort of quarantine, if you like, but at the same time socially distance myself. It was just good to get out and go cycling and to pick a day when there are less people. was great as well.
Yeah, Peter, when you speak about cycling, that's now the in thing, and that's pretty much replaced golf in so many ways.
Really?
But yeah, cycling is one thing. Yeah, I mean, golf courses are really finding it difficult sustaining, simply because the rich and famous are now, preferring cycling over golf. Anyway, back to cycling now. You're into cycling. You go for your jogs. You're still very much involved in some form of martial arts, whether it's mixed martial arts or I believe you do your BJJs at times, correct?
Yes,
now,
yes,
the thing is that you are 38 this year, if I'm not mistaken.
I think I'm 39 now. I think
Okay,
I'm 39 now.
you think?
Yeah,
Okay.
you're around there. You're right, 9 years younger
Okay.
than me.
No,
Yeah.
the reason why I'm asking you this is because people say that age is a number, but it is just a number, correct? Because it's regardless of how old you are. It's all about the sporting culture, injecting it into you, and just getting it out there and just sweat it out. What's your
I'd
take
say,
about it?
I'd say that yes, age is nothing but a number. I personally feel in better shape now at close to 40 than I did when I was 20. But that comes from knowledge, through understanding my diet, through having better skill sets, having better cardio due to the hobbies that I enjoy doing. So I can guarantee you now that my fitness level is higher than when I was at my 20s, in my 20s. And I think it has a knock-on effect. I started training martial arts when I was 20. So before that I was cycling, I was doing BMX a lot, off-road mountain biking, but there was no consistent cardio. I couldn't go for a run of any sort of distance when I was 20 years old. But now, through training, I've managed to get to a better fitness level than I was when I was 20. So I'd say if you start young, it's going to be beneficial. So the younger you start, the better. But if you do want to pick things up, what you'll have to do is watch your diet and learn from sports science, and you can be as fit as a 20-year-old easily.
Yeah, but the problem is, Peter, is discipline. People
Yeah.
would love to be, would love to sweat out, would love to eat right, but after a week or after 10 days or after 14 days, they just give up. They go like, I gotta go back to my old routine. The waking up early, the eating
Right.
right, the sweating it out daily.
Well,
I mean, what motivates you?
Well, that's the thing. If you have no final goal, you have
Uh-huh.
everyone say, "Oh, I want to lose weight," but then they don't lose weight. It's because they don't have a final goal or a reason to do it. The only reason that I lose weight is is to be able to get to the weight which allows me to compete in mixed martial arts or in a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu competition. For cycling, I don't need to lose weight, so therefore I won't. But it does pay to be at a good athletic sort of weight, so no extra fat. But people with diets, the problem is there's no final goal. So I think you get distracted and you give up because, well, what is the point really? There is no point.
What is
But
your
if you
point? What is your you said just now that you want to lose weight or cut your weight or maintain your weight because of fights, yeah, but you can't be
yeah,
fighting forever.
no, exactly.
So
It's
yeah,
competition.
so what's yeah.
So generally, it's for competition. So if you say I can't fight forever, with regards to Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, I'd be in the veterans category, and I'm going to
Okay,
continue on with that.
okay.
But then another problem with people that want to maintain a healthy lifestyle, that want to sweat it out, is that they also have to work most of the time, and
Yeah.
to wake up early, to get in a run, to then go to work, get everything done according to what your boss wants, and then go home, get stuck in traffic, socialize. It's tricky. You can't do too many things. You can't burn both ends of the candle. So I like to socialize. When I was doing more modeling, more event attendances, I used to enjoy going out quite often. I like to have the occasional tipple or two. So when I have a competition, I have a reason to not go out. I have a reason to focus purely on fitness and exercise. And I therefore have a reason to lose weight in order to be able to obtain the weight necessary to get into the category I'm looking to compete in. So if you don't have a competition to get into shape for, it therefore becomes tricky to get to your goals. I mean, when I was weekend warrioring back in the UK when I was like 20 plus, working in a non-conforming mortgage industry and finance industry, and then I'd have matches on the weekend. It was tricky. My friends were like, okay, wake up at 6 a.m. Let's go for a run along the seafront. it was worse because it used to rain a lot in England. Actually, it still rains a lot in England. It's very cold. If it's during the winter, I have a seafront which I can run along, but it's so cold, wet, it's dark, gloomy, and to get in and run before you go to work and to have to then do what your boss wants you to do, it's very tricky. So things changed for me when I actually had competitions, and that was my bread and butter. So yeah, I just shifted my focus. And if you're able to shift your focus to one thing, which is getting fitter, to losing weight, you'll be able to do it. But if you have a lot of fingers in different puddings, it's going to be a bit tricky, guaranteed.
Speaking about tricky, I'm sure it has been even more trickier when you became a father.
What I'd say is at the beginning, it's just difficult to get sleep. But after that,
I think
it's okay.
we all know that one.
Yeah, the sleep thing is a big issue. But yeah, no, that didn't really affect me with regards to competition too much. It's good to do, for example, for mixed martial arts, a training camp outside of your regular routine. So I used to go after Tiger Muay Thai, sometimes Phuket top team, and those are some of the best training periods I've had in my life, because you get to train with higher level people than you were able to get here in Malaysia back in the day. And the training camp is legit. It's just focus, wake up in the morning, go training, go have a calorie deficient or carbohydrate reduced diet, and go back to another training session, relax, I don't know, play on your phone, listen to music, and go to sleep, wake up and do the same thing again for 2 to 4 weeks. So when that is your life, then it's very easy to get fitter. It's very easy to lose weight, because that's what you're doing for your paycheck. The same thing I say with cycling. We have professional, national cyclists, and it's like what we say: we eat to cycle. So I eat so I get energy to cycle. They cycle to eat. So when they cycle to eat, their level is phenomenal, because they're cycling to put food on their table, essentially. So if you think you're going to be able to catch them, think again. You're going to have a similar reason to push it as hard on a bicycle as they are.
Well, speaking about being a dad and mixed martial arts, or even martial arts generally, I've actually got this question which I've been longing to ask even Rashid. In fact, now I've got
a fight with me?
No. That's not that definitely. But
no, I just thought you were gonna, because I just thought you're leading.
I've got a boy who's turning 4 in October.
Who wants to fight me?
No. I've always wanted to know, you see a lot of kids being involved in more developed nations like in Europe and the States, where you see a lot of kids being involved in some form of martial arts at that age, especially like in BJJ and Jiu-Jitsu and Judo. I'm thinking to myself, is there something similar here, where it's kid friendly? It's not so much competitive. It's not so much about the drills, but more about just having fun and learning the basics. Peter. And the thing is that, being a dad, how would you convince other parents that, hey, this is a good alternative, not the traditional alternative where you go, okay, the girls will go for some baking class or arts class, or the guys will just go, the boys will go for some football classes. I mean, there's more, and mixed martial arts or martial arts should be an option. Your thoughts?
Okay. Well, first of all, football, personally, sorry, no. And then with regards to martial arts, you're saying something that's more fun and kid friendly. I've got a couple of suggestions for you. Personally, I send my kids to Taekwondo with Master Eugene Wong, and he is he teaches the kids very well, and it's very kid-centric, pure kids classes. They learn discipline, they get in a bit of fitness, they learn teamwork, and they learn what it is to enter a competition. They get the idea of training for something for a reason, and they get graded and upgrade. Another great kids class that I'd suggest is doing the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu classes over at Monarchy MMA. They've got 3 different outlets, and I know that Professor Bruno Barbosa, he does really good kids classes. They learn Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, yes, but what they learn is how to interact with other people more. So the other children, they learn how to interact, how to respect the other people, how to respect their elders. So giving them discipline and, of course, fitness. And, of course, in Taekwondo and in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, the kids' classes, they do learn technique. So they do learn something that is useful for them in their life, especially if they got a father like me, and they need to get their hands up. Occasionally have to beat them for some reason, or they're a mosquito and they just react and they're safe.
No, but I mean, more importantly, what I was trying to get at is how would you convince other parents that martial arts should be an option?
Well, if you enjoy martial arts, you're probably going to send your kids to a martial arts based class. If you enjoy football, you're probably going to send your kids to football, rugby, so on and so forth. But if you enjoy watching mixed martial arts, then why not send your kid to a martial arts class? It's not dangerous. It is much the same as any other sporting class for children. If you want to send your kids to gymnastics, awesome. They're going to be more flexible. If you want to send the kids to, ball sports like football, they're going to be, better with hand-eye coordination, playing football, for example, literally kicking a ball around. If it's martial arts, their reaction speed will go up much the same in the same way. And then they'll also have some sort of idea about how to move their body in order to defend themselves or attack when necessary in a competition. It just you're going to send your kids to whatever class that you enjoy yourself personally as a parent, but martial arts are a fantastic way to learn discipline and self-control as well, and it'll tame your ego as well to a degree. So it's good, especially if you've got kids that are a bit of a handful. They're not going to be able to run riot because they're going to get punished by the master. So you do as you're told, and if you don't, there are some disciplinary actions that will have to take place. So if you feel that your kids lack a bit of discipline, I mean, don't leave it all up to the martial arts teachers, but maybe go to the class and learn from the martial arts teacher and see how they interact with the children and instill discipline. But yeah, it could be quite helpful.
There you go. I mean, the key takeaway from this interview would be discipline, whether if you want to lose weight or if you want your kid to take up a sport. Discipline. It all boils down to discipline. Yep. So Rashid, can we start with the quizzes now?
Yeah. Good luck, mate. I'm just gonna watch this from a distance.
He can't reach me, so it's fine.
I'm more worried now than I was.
No. Okay, look. We were speaking to Peter Davis. He's a model. He's done acting. He's also a ring announcer. He was a ring announcer with Rashid for several events. But more importantly, yes, as a model. Now, I'm going to ask a question, either or, and you just choose one. Yeah, Peter.
Okay.
Now, would you prefer wearing a G-string in the middle of Petaling Street for a photo shoot, or get punched repeatedly in the face for 20 seconds in the cage?
I do, if I'm professionally modeling, I'd rock a G-string.
Okay, good. Would you prefer representing Malaysia in curling or shuttlecock kicking?
Shuttlecock kicking?
It's a sport, by the way, in the SEA Games.
Okay. Curling, that's a tricky sport. But I have no ability at it, so I kick some cock. Shuttlecock.
Thank God we are a YouTube base.
Yeah, no,
Sure.
you said shuttlecock. I was just thinking of the
Okay,
first word.
anyway, would you prefer being the youth and sports minister or take over as Masma president from Rashid Salleh?
I'd be a youth and a sports minister, so I could then control Rashid Salleh.
You know that doesn't really technically work, but anyway. Okay, now I'm going to give you two options here, and you just choose one. Who
All
would
right.
you think will last longer in the cage? Rashid Salleh or Khairi Jamaluddin?
Oh, that one. I don't know who's been. I see Rashid's been doing his push-ups, so I'd go for Rashid Salleh.
Okay.
You know, he's
And
been
last
getting
but not least,
stronger.
last but not least,
Not least.
who's a
Okay,
better actor or comedian? Syed Saddiq or Rashid Salleh?
Oh, come on. You know it's that size, Sadiq. Okay, all right.
right. Okay, I'm just going to follow suit. I'll follow suit with that. You know what Rashid said.
He doesn't want to say the names.
He's on that comedy sitcom that did really, really well, though, isn't he? He's on that Capitian one, so I mean that's kind of a win
This is
already.
just
Peter,
cruel.
don't justify. Thank you very much for your time.
So cruel. So cruel. You guys are so cruel. You know what? Thanks, Pete, for joining us on the RSS with HD. That was really cruel. That's why I didn't want to say anything. So it's like,
Well, I have to wear a G-string.
G-string and
well, I'm
and
wearing one now.
being compared
So
to
I'm
a minister.
wearing one, but you didn't.
No, I
you
mean,
didn't say.
I seriously thought that you would say he'll get punched repeatedly,
No,
and not the other one. I mean, Petaling Street, come on. If
I'm
it's at
wearing
the
a
beach, it's
G-string
fine.
now.
It's
It's just
Petaling
it's under my, and you didn't say I could just wear only a G-string. So that I could be in Petaling Street wearing a G-string, modeling a G-string, but it's under some trousers or something. You didn't say. You weren't very specific. So
All right.
Okay. Someone's
All right.
getting too technical here.
Okay. Anyway,
if you want to read the fine print, it's there.
Anyway, thank you very much, Peter, for joining us on the RSS with HD. Also, would like to thank Amnig for being our apparel sponsor for the show. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, the RSS with HD, as well as turn on the notification button and to get the latest show. And down there, halfway, we'll put it somewhere down there. All right, and there. But from us at the RSS with HD, myself, Harris as well, Pete. Thank you very much for watching us. See you again. Bye-bye.